Hey everybody, I want to wheeze him here. It's 3:42 in the morning because the Boomjet video took a long time. I say video. My initial plan was to come in and upgrade my second Boomjet immediately with the two paths that I didn't take. Sadly, I must have remembered wrong. He doesn't quite have the necessary fundage to make that happen. That got me thinking, hey, just go ahead and do Free Ranger. He's got the cash needed. As you can see, that's why he's on the portal. I've got that funky camera angle again. It happens sometimes, and it's like really hard to correct it. You usually have to like enter a room or conversation or level and back out to correct it, but might actually work well for showcasing some things, and maybe it'll go away in the power pod. But nonetheless, long story short, I kind of laid out my plan. Gonna go through just as detailed as my SSA and Giant stuff, but what I love is what you're looking at, the 5 enchanted dummies. It's a great place to instantly showcase our upgrades. It's conveniently right by where you upgrade as well. Whoever came up with that at Vicarious Visions, thank you. Not sure many people will mention that or offer their thanks, but I do. I'm kind of a little bit more maybe hardcore and intricate than the casual player or casual Skylander fan. I truly value the details, the numbers, the attack damage, things of that nature, so it's something I can get excited about. As I got to the end of the Boomjet video and I said I'd come back and we'd take his other two paths, I was thinking about it, and I could make like a 15-minute video to do just those paths. If I go through and I do the base upgrades as well, it's going to turn out to be like another 25-ish, 30-minute video, if you will. Nothing wrong with that, but it would like make my life significantly easier to just divide it up. And I was thinking to myself, how could I divide it up? What I'm thinking about doing, again, Boomjet and Free Ranger kind of my like test dummies here. I'll probably see what y'all like best. But what I'm tentatively thinking about doing here for Free Ranger is this video here I would call like Free Ranger's base upgrades. I do the top and the bottom, the body and the legs, whatever you want to call them. And that would be that. Then with this same figure I'd come back in and I'd say, okay, now we're going to do Wind Slasher and Lightning Linguist. And then with Legendary, I'd say Legendary, Free Ranger, Storm Focus, Tornado Thrower upgrade videos or something. I think what I'll do, obviously I'm going to have to get Boomjet some cash. I don't know if Legendary would have enough or not, Free Ranger. But I'll get those other characters the cash they need. I don't know, maybe just Boomjet in this video I'll get up and I'll seek your feedback if you want like the excessively intricately detailed for every character. Again, I wouldn't mind if this was like Boomjet and Free Ranger. I'd just do the whole thing like I'd planned. But since Boomjet base upgrades are going to be the same regardless of the path that I take, and Free Ranger's base upgrades are just like Legendary Free Rangers, it might be something that if people are just going to be skipping to like the 10-minute mark anyway, why bother to record? It's what I'm thinking. That said, I guess I'll wing it here with Free Ranger. That's a fitting word, wing it, for him. And we'll just go ahead and back out here. Free Ranger, a lot of people there at the game's launch, said he was their favorite character by far, yada yada. I didn't get to use him a whole lot, mainly I guess in like the spin zones, I guess, but that's probably where he got his cash, only being at level 7. That said, primary attack, of course the top end's primary attack is called Stormblade Slash. Very powerful, 28, 42, 46, just a plethora of those three numbers. Bottom end, pretty cool deal, kind of reminiscent of Tornado, Ride the Wind. You basically turn into a tornado. If you just tap the button, you saw the 8 and the 5 there. Or 5 and 5 in that case. But if you actually hold it, it just dishes out crazy fast damage. Now let's go ahead, I'm going to try to count this time. I'm getting like 6 seconds maybe of duration, so that's pretty respectable. And again, it's not a lot of damage, but it's very quick. Again, my apologies on the funky camera angle. There's no manual override here. Guess it's good to view things differently from time to time. Let's hop in here though, maybe that'll change the angles. We'll start with the top end. He looks short there. I don't know why. But his first purchased upgrade is called Eyes of the Storm. This is his tertiary attack. Press the X button to shoot a bolt of lightning from the eyes, stunning the first enemy and chaining to others. You've seen a lot of this stuff with the air element. Hoot Loop comes to mind with his attack. But it's 192 with our discount. Regularly you'd be looking at 300. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Alright, his second purchased upgrade is called Charged Blades. Press Y to slash with more powerful storm blades that do increased damage. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that for the simple fact the tertiary and this don't overlap. It won't be anything. And it saves us a little bit of time. Got a back out here. Guess we could do the bottom as well, but I'll try to keep it isolated top and bottom. Still that weird angle. My apologies there. Start out with the primary. 32, 54, you get the idea. We went from basically 28 to 46 to 32 to 54. Pretty respectable. Now the question is, what is that? This actually works well. We can size this up. Let's see what his tertiary is. Wow. 15.5, it's chaining off the... We went to the farthest one time, but it's dealing 10 on the other one, so... 15.5, 15 on that last one. It's pretty cool. I'm surprised it doesn't puff the sheep up, actually. But, saw those rogue coins I figured we'd pick up. Not the... Wow, that was an impressive range on it. Not that one, but I mean the one we shot. You know, there, right? Those coins were really late to the game, too. Let's come over here, see what kind of... You know, his primary attack is really close quarters, so that's kind of something you can use to soften enemies up as you pursue them or they kind of come after you, so that would actually be quite cool. That's it. His final, if we can get in there, his final purchased upgrade for the top half is going to be called Gale Slash. Press Y 3 times to send a wave of powerful air. I guess I could have bought that. I should have read it. But anyway, obviously if you're playing as him and you're using his primary attack, you're going to be pressing 3 times rapidly a lot, particularly against tougher enemies, nightmare mode, things of that nature. So the cost is $640. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Alright, now again, if you get to this point and you're panicking, back out. Luckily, if you clicked select on accident, you can still back out. But you are tied in with the path that you pick for a Swap Force character. Always keep that in mind. That's why there's videos like this on the blog to help you pick the best path for your playstyle. Let's see. I'll go ahead and pick one. You know, I think... I try to always give the legendaries what I think would be the better path, even though I tend to play as regular characters more, which is quite the anomaly there. Anyway, Wind Slasher, I think I want legendary Free Ranger to have, so by default I'm going to give Storm Focus to regular Free Ranger, so that makes sense, I hope. We're going to choose that, and let's see. Let's go ahead and just buy that so we're kind of set up. We can showcase the 2 upgrades. Oh, I just blew that, didn't I? I was supposed to not do the paths here. My bad. I kind of went with my original plan. Yeah, it's quite the quandary now, is it not? Anyway, Gale Slash, I think, is what it was called. Press Y 3 times, essentially, which again you're going to be doing a lot of, and it'll shoot a powerful gust of air. Okay, so wow, that has really good range too. I'm just going to stand far away from these enemies. Wasn't quite hopefully from here he won't make contact. So that powerful wave of air was doing 54, not just to the first dummy, but also to the one far, far away. Didn't hit either one that time, but the range was there. I'm going to try to send it straight down the middle towards the Tower of Time. Almost made. It's getting about to that mushroom. So pretty impressive. I mean, that one actually did make it to the back dummy. So Gale Slash, very, very nice feature there. Geez, I wish I wouldn't have done that on the upgrade path.
Rain down the lightning.
Yeah, I'm charging it up. Just I'll showcase it here. Release. Yeah, I missed the damage number. I think it's a 50. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That might wind up being the better path. Now I've got the issue, should I just do Free Ranger all the way through like Boom Jet, or what? Oh, jeez. Again, you have to remember I'm doing this at 4 in the morning, so that might play into it. You know what, we already screwed that up, so I'll showcase the whole deal to you. The next one down, Storm Focus, is charged Gigawatt Bolt. Lightning strikes thrice, does increase damage. It's more powerful than lightning. Let's go ahead and pick that up. And then we'll come in, press Y to attack with a more powerful storm. Yeah, we can go ahead and get a Soul Gem for the top half. 2240 is the price. It's called Storming Stormblades. Let's pick that up. My other option, I'll be honest with you, in terms of the video layout, was to just come in and say, alright, here's Boom Jet's 2 paths I didn't take in the first video. If you want the base upgrades, go back and watch that. So maybe we'll wing that here. Again, my apologies there. I'm pretty excited, so I guess that's partly to blame. Check out what happened to his Stormblades though. They look like they're, I mean, like a platinum lightning color, which is really pretty cool. That's also something that would not make me happy on, maybe they'd stay gold, I don't know, with Legendary Free Ranger. His speed's 43, but after being Boom Jet dashing around, it's noticeably slower. Hopefully bottom end will take care of that. But let's go ahead, I guess, and 15 and 5 standard. We'll go ahead and charge this bad boy. I'm gonna hold it down big time here, just for the effect. You can turn around too, so that's a frontal view for you. Head back towards the dummy. Oh man, I probably should have given that to the Legendary. Live and learn, yeah. So that one was only 80, as was that, but I mean, I'm hitting all 3 dummies with the 80, which is pretty crazy. Let me back up some. That was 80, 80, and 120. That's insane. That's almost 300 damage. I'd hate to see what would happen if this guy gets a wild power. But what was the other one we were going to showcase here? Attack 1. So I guess Storming Stormblades are supposed to be more powerful. 36. Not that big of an increase really for a Soul Gem. Because you have to remember the Storm Focus Path was doing the crazy Soul Gem type damage number. Interestingly enough, the Gust of Wind seems to have gone up a little bit. It's doing 62 now, so it's not a bad thing. But that is the top end of Free Ranger fully charged. And I have to say the most impressive thing is probably going to be right here, the Storm Focus Path. You can see the 3 beams coming out there. Now, with the top end fully done, even though I didn't intend for that to be the case, we'll come in and do his bottom end. He begins. You got Approaching the Storm. It costs 300 with a discount, 192. Hold A to become a tornado. Speed is increased while the tornado is active, so kind of caveat there. Let's go ahead and pick that up. I guess let's back out and take a look at it. Okay, I can tell a difference just in a quick rapid tap now. When I hold it down, yeah, he's way faster now. The gamepad doesn't indicate anything, but you know, still showing 43 in other words. Only issue there, the duration's not quite the greatest for the awesome speed, but that gets addressed with his other upgrades. So, next upgrade, wind powered. Becoming a tornado will last longer. That works in perfect harmony with the one we just got. Cost here with our discount, $5.12. And now, since that doesn't do extra damage, probably buy the third one. So, final base upgrade for the bottom end of the legs is Tornado Vacuum Boost. It runs 640. The tornado is now pulling enemies from further away, obviously. No enemies here to pull in. I don't know if it'll get the sheep or not. Small chance it could, I guess. So we'll go ahead and buy that. Okay, now again, if you get to this point and you're panicking, back out. You don't want to get locked into something you're unsure of. Since I botched my second plan for this video and decided to go with plan 3 by going back to plan 1 in this case, Lightning Linguist calls down blasts of lightning when beginning a tornado, and then Tornado Thrower throw tornadoes at enemies to knock them all around. I was thinking I'd do Tornado Thrower for Legendary. I guess I'll stick to that. And I think that Lightning Linguist kind of ties in better with Storm Focus, for the simple fact that obviously A, they're both lightning based, and 2, I think they'll work well in tandem together. So we'll go ahead and take regular Free Ranger down the Lightning Linguist path for his bottom end. We're going to go ahead and choose that. I will back out before we pick anything up there. We just bought what? 2 of them. So we got the vacuum boost and then the duration increase. So let's go ahead and see what that does. Very quick. Let's see if you can make it around this circle. It's significantly longer, but it's not like endless like boom jets. That said, I mean, you get an idea of the insane damage you're going to do. Now I'll stop. We'll get by this ram over here, see if he gets picked up. Yes. And then I scooted into that guy. You get the idea. I mean, it's got fairly good range as well, so that's really pretty cool. Can't argue with it, anyway. What we'll do now, of course, is round him out with the rest of his upgrades. Bottom end, obviously. We're going to come in, we picked Lightning Linguist for him. It begins with Lightning Nova. Cost is $9.60. Blast all nearby enemies with a powerful lightning bolt when becoming a tornado. So we'll go ahead and buy this. You're basically, Lightning Linguist is lightning before, Tornado Thrower is tornado after, so you kind of have to pick your poison. For most people, it probably makes sense to get the damage going early initially. I just kind of thought the tornado sounded cool and, you know, it fit the character. Anyway, Nova Flash is next, Lightning, so we can't get that yet. We'll just back out, save it. Alright, so now when we start to become a tornado, which we'll do right on this grassy patch, we should see some epic lightning storm or something with Lightning Nova. So let's see what happens. I guess it'll happen. Yes, that was cool. I kind of wish this was legendary, actually. Let's see what the damage count is on that. I'm going to try to stay far enough away we won't see the fires. Sadly, it's like right on top of it. So it's only going to do, what, 25, I guess? So it looks like it would do way more than that, I won't lie. Whoever designed that for Free Ranger, I really wish they'd get to work with Lightning Rod if he ever, you know, comes back again for a Series 3. But let's go back to the bottom. We're going to finish out Lightning Linguist with Nova Flash. Lightning Nova does increased damage. The cost is $12.80. Let's pick that up. Alright, what's his soul gem there? Charged winds. Alright, we're gonna wait on that. What we'll check out now, we've got Lightning Linguist completed. Lightning Nova did 25. We're gonna check out, let's do it right here again. See what Nova Flash looks like. Pretty cool. The bolt looks maybe a little bit wider, but you kind of get that like aura of electrical energy around you. So let's see what it does here. Again, it's real finicky. 50, so it doubles the 75. Alright, I'm guessing the 70. Huh? Yeah, it's gonna be 50 to 75, and that's pretty significant because you have to remember, let me get back over here, you're not just gonna do the quick tap like I did right there, you're gonna hold it down and then go about it this way. Now what would really be cool is if it periodically went off the whole time you were in the tornado mode. Of course, I guess that'd be probably a bit overpowered, but it would still be cool. Finally, on the bottom end, we've got Free Ranger's Soul Gem, which is Charged Winds. Hold A to become a tornado filled with lightning, dealing damage to all enemies in the way. So we're kind of already dealing damage, you know, the 5, 8, 12 situations. This, of course, should amplify that. That's a good choice of words there. So we'll see what it does damage count-wise here. 2240, again, we just had barely enough here. So. Now Free Ranger is fully maxed out with Storm Focus, which was wicked cool and unexpected, and then Lightning Linguist here. So we'll back out here. Again, I don't know why it's still locked into this weird angle. You know, let me, just for good measure, we'll stick with what we've done. Okay, so you can kind of pick up, that's pretty cool looking. Again, same person did Free Ranger. I mentioned they might work on the lightning for Lightning Rod. If we get like a legit return of Vornado, you know, basically implying non-light core that will have a WoW POW, I would love to see that type of an element added to him. Just picture like, I don't know, 4 or 5 turtle shells spinning around furiously with the lightning, the dark clouds, maybe like some overcast skies or something. That would be really cool. Again, Vornado, one of my favorites, regardless of his performance level. So now the question though is, when I hold this down, what are we going to do damage-wise? 10 to 15, so nothing ground-shattering here. These soul gems hadn't been too crazy damage-wise. Where did that 93 come from? Okay, so 62 to 93, I'm guessing. But 54, 62, 93. My highlights for Free Ranger, number 1 is the Gale Slash. That's the 1-2. I did it again. Gale Slash, you hit your primary attack button 3 times, you shoot out that 54, 62, 93 jet of air basically, and I mean it has really good range is what's impressive on it. Other thing, and this was also unexpected, the Storm Focus path. It chains off the enemies. You're seeing 15, 5, and 10 there, but if you charge it up for
Rain down the
basically 3 seconds, you can release and you do 80 to 120, I believe. The good news is you can move at full speed while he does that, but it's insane looking, and again, very unexpected. I did not anticipate that at all. That said though, this is Free Ranger fully upgraded from box stock. We took you through each of his upgrades to showcase the damage they do. Again, the paths we took here, for the top end we took Storm Focus, bottom end we took Lightning Linguist. That still leaves up in the air what I should do in terms of kind of like, you know, when I do Legendary Free Ranger, if I should showcase his base upgrades or just go straight into, in his case, Wind Slasher and Tornado Thrower. If you have input on that, let me know. I'll try to get these up really quickly, and that way, you know, before I'm like knee deep, almost done with the recordings, you'll be able to say, hey, I want to see every upgrade with every character, or hey man, you don't really need to do that to yourself. We can go back, watch the other video, or hey, it'd be really helpful to just have the paths. Or somebody might say, best thing in my opinion, 3 videos, base upgrades, top and bottom path 1, next video top and bottom path 2. Or some person might say make I guess like 5 separate videos, base upgrades, top 1, top 2, bottom 1, bottom 2, essentially rounding out the package. I don't know, there's just like so many options, it's a little overwhelming. Again, your new power is choice, and when you have a lot of choices, things get complicated sometimes. So I have to say, again, Gale Slash, really cool, and Storm Focus, not at all what I expected. I thought it'd be like some little dinky add-on, basically where it like added 5 or 4 to the overall damage, and that was not the case. It's pretty especially charged gigawatt. That's some insane damage there. Lightning Linguist looks really cool. I mean, it doesn't do a ton of damage, but 25, 50 when you get Nova Flash. Main thing for me is really the aesthetics there. I really like the way that tornado looks with the lightning in it. And of course that's tied in with the Soul Gem as well, but you get the general idea. Again, Legendary Free Ranger will treat him to the Wind Slasher and Tornado Thrower path. If he has enough cash, I'll go ahead and upgrade him. If not, I'll probably hit the hay, go to bed. It's pretty late now. But again, I'm kind of winging these first few upgrade videos. I've obviously never done a swapper, or it wouldn't really be an issue at all. But again, if you have a preference for all the upgrades for every character in the video, or just focus on the path, or the 5 videos, whatever you think would be best, go ahead and throw that out there. Can't promise I'll do it, but I will try to go with whatever the majority of people seem to want, and that way, like I said, it'll just hopefully make everyone's life easier and be the more helpful to everyone involved. So that said, I'll quit rambling, and like I said, I'll see if Legendary Free Ranger's good to go. If so, I'll go ahead and check out the Wind Slasher and Tornado Thrower. Otherwise, I'll leave it at this, get some sleep. I'm sure everyone else is doing that. But as always, thanks for watching. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here as we continue attempting to figure out the best layout for our Swap Force upgrades, and of course, taking care of the upgrades themselves.